So, Season 2 of Amphibia is rapidly approaching, and as you know, I really loved all the plot and overarching mystery in the first season. But amid all the great news about a Gravity Falls homage, and Kermit the Frog guest starring, and the exploration of Newt-topia, which I basically had to have explained to me because I had no idea what a newt was, the latest poster confirmed one of my biggest suspicions about Amphibia and the music box. The moon is the key. Today's episode is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon at patreon.com/PhineasFlynn'sLaw. So when I began to watch Amphibia, the entire first season had already aired. This meant that as I was watching, I noticed a lot of little visual tics about the show, but perhaps the most prominent was how many times the camera goes to or from the moon. From starting episode shots on the moon to it being very prominent in the season finale, it has a major presence. Now you may say, Jonathan, that's just the art department. To which I say, oh really? Then why has it been a point to make the moon such a huge part of the show from day one? Let's look at the very first poster. There it is. The New York Comic Con poster. There it is. The brand new Season 2 poster. Top left. And it's almost always in a crescent shape. In fact, the only time in the series that we see it not crescent is in the Season 1 finale reunion, where it shines so bright that it bathes the Toad Tower in red light for the final fight. The theory is also supported by the fact that Amphibia is following the same story beats as Tangled the series, with the first season being an exploration of the town and the second season being a road trip to find secrets about a magical item. In Tangled, it was the Moonstone, so clearly the Calamity Box is tied to the moon. Psych! I'm not that crazy. That's obviously not true. But back to the theory. The very first shot of the series is of the moon, and it is featured in transitions, and there are even references to the blue moon, the blue moon berries, and blue moon shell. But how does any of this affect the story that we know? Well, let's talk about the Calamity Box for a minute.
It's just as I feared.
The box had 3 colored gems before being opened: purple, blue, and green. Once the teleportation is complete, the box's gems are white, which is an indication throughout the series that it's lost its power. My theory about the box is that all 3 users of the box must be present for it to properly return them home, hence powering the gems. But the second qualification for the box is that it must be activated during a certain phase of the moon due to its magical nature. Think it's crazy? Look at the opening shot from the theme song. I purposefully left this out earlier, but the moon is in the same phase as it is that night in Amphibia, identical even. So even though we don't know how Amphibia's moon cycles work, I think there's an alignment that must occur for it to work properly. Adding fuel to the fires, the fact that both Season 2 posters thus far show Anne holding the Calamity Box with all 3 gems colored. So it's quite possible that we'll get an explanation from Hot Pop at the start of the season based off his knowledge from the book. Perhaps part of their journey is searching for the replacement gems. Or maybe it's tied to the prophecy from the opening title sequence. Speaking of that, it's been pointed out before that it's 3 people versus a toad monster who happens to have a sort of gem for an eye. This could potentially be tied to the gems on the mystery box, and now that we have more information from posters, we can actually identify the 3 girls. Anne is at the top, Marcy's in the middle, and you can tell because she has the same weapon as she does in the Season 2 teaser poster, and Sasha's at the bottom with her sword. So it looks like the endgame for Amphibia appears to be fighting this giant monster, and it's going to involve all 3 girls together, which I cannot wait to see this final battle, which will probably be in the confirmed Season 3. So let me know what you think about this theory video. Did you enjoy it? I really hope you did. Either way, I'm excited to see what Amphibia Season 2 has in store, and it's really fun to have another show to theorize about. So let me know what you think the secrets of the moon are, and I'll see you next time on Phineas Flynn's Law.